Did you know that by the year 2100, Atlantic provinces will be exposed to the highest rates of sea level rise in Canada? Sea level rise exacerbates inland floods and coastal hazards such as storm surges, coastal erosion, permafrost melt, and coastal flooding. It also increases the vulnerability of communities through forced displacement, disruption of daily life and livelihoods, and higher risks to human health. Coastal hazards and inland floods have been part of emergency management for years. However, climate change has increased the need to adapt and protect human life from its impacts. In human systems, adaptation is a process of adjustment to actual or expected climate and its effects. This is to moderate harm or exploit beneficial opportunities. Today, I will discuss one of the 4 adaptation strategies against coastal hazards and inland flooding. That is retreat, specifically managed retreat. In Canada, the PARA framework is the most common method used to categorize adaptation and disaster risk reduction approaches to coastal hazards and inland flood risks. The PARA framework is a spectrum where retreat and avoid depend on the willingness to modify human activities, and protect and accommodate rely on a willingness to modify the environment. Therefore, different governments and communities interpret and apply the PARA framework as they see fit. According to Climatlantic, retreat strategies can be preventive, proactive, or part of a disaster response. Proactive risk reduction, also called managed retreat, addresses the existing properties and assets within a hazardous area or area expected to become hazardous. This type of retreat involves the purposeful coordinated movement of people and assets out of harm's way. Examples of managed retreat include policy actions that prevent further development in these areas or the physical relocation of existing buildings and infrastructure from one area to another. Be aware that managed retreat is different from managed realignment. Managed realignment is a specific approach within managed retreat that emphasizes the restoration of coastal ecosystems and natural processes. Managed retreat offers a cost-effective, long-term solution to coastal and flood hazards, reducing harm while increasing human benefits. The case study of Ries-sur-Mer, Normandy, France, highlights the challenges faced by the community due to coastal erosion and the loss of cliffs where 14 houses were located. In response, the local administration considered hard and soft measures, but due to the high cost of protection works and the low real estate value threatened by erosion, they implemented a coastal setback plan. This plan required any new developments to take place 100 meters from the cliff top, do nothing against cliff erosion, demolish the houses, relocate those in immediate threat, and compensate them fairly for the loss of property. Managed retreat was successful for the case of Ries-sur-Mer. It helped protect people from coastal erosion by moving them away from collapsing areas, and the compensation they received was fair, at least based on the actual value of their homes. This approach protected lives and ensured fairness for those affected by the changes. The case study of the Surfrider Foundation in Ventura County, California, opted for managed retreat instead of traditional coastal defense measures at Surfers Point, a beach prone to erosion. They strategically relocated a parking lot, pedestrian path, and bike path away from erosion zones. This project, costing around $3.8 million, involved removing riprap and restoring the beach naturally. Managed realignment occurred as the county planted native vegetation to stabilize sand dunes and protect the beach from stormwater runoff. Surfers Point has remained stable and aesthetically pleasing since the project's implementation, experiencing less damage than nearby areas during storms. This case highlights the success of managed retreat, showing the economic and environmental benefits over traditional approaches. Thank you.